Welcome everybody. This is Victor's Wagon 360 or Viczinios, and today I'm going to show you a little something about what is going to happen when you play Knights of the Old Republic 2: The Sith Lords, and you basically choose to let all the Jedi live that you can allow to live. By the way, spoilers for this video is basically applying to all of the game, because this is pretty much the end of the game. Yeah, so just one and only warning. So at the moment I'm pretty much on the dark side, almost fully, and I let all the Jedi leave, like Master Kava, Master Exile, basically all the masters apart from the one on Korriban, which you should know if you played the game fully. And I'm on the dark side, but I'm still meeting all of them, so I didn't execute any of them. And you can see all of this is legit, and I did not use cheats for this playthrough, but however, if you talk to Kreia, she will tell you that
we must go to Dantooine, to the Enclave. There is something there that you must hear if you are to understand. I have no time for questions, and any answers will have to wait until we stand within the Enclave together.
Well, yep, so much for pleasantries. Okay, so far if we apply the superpower to ourselves, it applies it to Kreia as well, so that's how we roll. Anyway, we see the Jedi Temple Enclave on Dantooine has been restored. Ta-da! It is now available to enter. So let's go in. I'm just using force speed in order to kind of speed up, basically proceed a bit faster physically, and we come in to the rebuilt Jedi Enclave. Let's see where it takes us. Straight away, apologies for the small resolution. That's the only one I could do in this version of the game.
It is different. It has been some time.
Someone cut down the tree. Alright.
Forgive me, but I need to rest. Go on. The council awaits. I will remain here.
Okay. You are afraid. I can sense fear being on the dark side of the Force.
Yes. Afraid for you. As I always have been, I will be fine here. Whatever answers the council have are for you alone.
Is there anything wrong?
I am tired. The journey has been a long one, and I need to center myself.
Very well. Where's T3 going? Please stay with Kreia, she might...
Know that much may happen here, but above all, do not forget this.
Yeah, she might fall asleep.
You may trust in me. We cradle each other's lives, and what threatens one of us threatens us both And if you find you cannot trust me, trust in your training, trust in yourself. Never doubt what you have done. All your decisions have brought you to this point.
I realize you might be blind, but I'm kind of gone.
Perhaps they shall see what you have become.
I can't really hear at this point anymore. You're facing the wrong way, guys.
It is not as it was.
Oh, okay, you are facing the right way. Never mind then.
But perhaps that is for the best.
Huh. There we go. Hello, guys. Kozlona Wolf is basically dead on Korriban.
We were wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us, and I imagine you have many questions.
Or perhaps you have come for revenge.
Why did you cast me out of the Order?
We cast you out of the Order because you followed Revan to war. There was no other reason.
No, there was another. You had become different somehow, changed. The war had changed you.
You were no longer a Jedi, but we could not tell you why. Some explanations mean nothing unless the one who suffers comes to the answer on their own. What had happened to you was punishment enough, and the Jedi do not kill their prisoners.
And if you had stayed, you would have changed us, and that we could not allow.
Change you? What do you mean?
You already know the answer. You've noticed it in those who travel with you.
Could someone just give me a straight answer?
Have you noticed that when you act, others follow?
Those that travel with you.
They follow you, without question, without hesitation.
Against their instincts, and sometimes against their sense.
It is because you are a leader, but that still fails to grasp the meaning of what I'm trying to tell you.
It's called being in the party or a gameplay session. So, explain yourself.
It is not an easy thing to explain. Sure, you are familiar with force bonds. It is the bond that develops between apprentice and master when one truly understands another. It is developed over time through understanding of each other. Yet you do it so easily, and we do not know why.
You make connections through the Force, and it resonates with those who travel with you. The resonance is even greater when they, too, are Force-sensitive.
Your actions affect others more than you know. You draw others to you, especially those strong in the Force.
When you suffer, their spirit echoes it. And when they are in pain, their pain becomes yours.
How did this happen?
We do not know, but it is not the first time you felt the weight of so many lives.
And that is why the Mandalorian wars echo within you still.
So all those deaths at Malachor...
We did not cut you off from the Force. You were merely deafened to it. Because of that last battle of the Mandalorian wars.
The screams of countless thousands, Jedi and Mandalorians, crushed by the planet's gravity, annihilated.
Their lives still scream across the surface of that dead planet, and within you. To hear the Force over such pain, it is not possible. It was too much for any Jedi to endure, and it is a wonder that you did not die there when thousands perished. All those you had fought with and struggled with. You cut yourself off because you had to if you were to survive. You had hints of it in the war on Doxon. Malachor was simply the final blow.
You were deafened.
At last, you could hear.
Hello.
You were broken.
You were whole.
You were blinded.
And at last, you saw.
When you returned to us, we saw what had happened. You carry all those deaths at Malachor within you. And it has left a hole, a hunger that cannot be filled.
In you, we saw a wound in the Force.
Oops.
In you, we saw the end of the Force.
But that makes no sense. I can feel the Force again.
Yes, you can feel the Force, but you cannot feel yourself. You are a cipher, forming bonds, leeching the life of others, siphoning their will and dominating them. It is the teaching of these new Sith to feed on others, on other Force sensitives. They are symptomatic of the wound in the Force. You are a breach that must be closed. You transmit your pain, your suffering through the Force. Within you we see something worse than merely the teachings of the Sith. What you carry may mean the death of the Force, and the death of the Jedi.
But I can feel the Force strongly.
So you think. It is not the strength of a Jedi you feel.
He's right. It's all the death you've caused to get here. You feed on it, and you grow stronger.
You mean get
You're like
experience
Malachor.
points?
It's in you, it's what you are now.
Maybe.
You must have noticed as you fought across all these planets, killing hundreds, only to become more and more powerful. Why do you think that was?
But what's
D&D
worse
gameplay
is that
mechanics?
bonding you have. It hasn't gone away. It's gotten stronger. And the more attachments you form, the more you draw others to you.
And that is why you are a threat to us all.
A threat?
What if other Jedi went to war as you did, suffered the same events, and emerged as you did? What if there was a crucible that trained such Jedi to consume and kill?
For you, Malachor was that crucible.
What's worse is these Sith that we face. I fear that they have learned the lesson of Malachor all too well. It is what allows them to prey on Force users, to become stronger when Force sensitives are near.
Somehow they have learned their hunger from you. And so you have brought about the end of the Jedi, and perhaps all the knowledge of the Force. But it is of no consequence. Your ability to make such connections, such bonds so easily are why you cannot remain. You are a threat to living creatures and all who feel the Force.
You will lead the Sith here, and that we cannot allow.
Our judgment before remains. Exile. You
Someone's
must leave.
behind.
And you must leave without your tie to the Force. It is a punishment reserved for only a few, and only when necessary. But we have the power to cut you off from the Force, and it must be done.
Forgive us, but it is necessary.
And this is when we make a choice. Either I will submit to this punishment, and I will accept it, or I won't give the Force stop this, and the first one who touches me dies. Let's say we go for not giving up the Force at the moment.
Do not be afraid. You shall feel no pain, but this must be done. As long as you feel the Force, you are a danger to those around you.
Guess whom she's protecting?
Enough! Step away from him.
What?
Oh, thank you.
Step away! He has brought truth, and you condemn it? The arrogance! You will not harm him. You will not harm him ever again.
I thought you had died in the Mandalorian Wars.
Die? No. Became stronger. Yes.
Is this your new master, Exile? If so, then you follow Revan's path. Her teachings will cause you to fall as surely as he did.
We sought to lure the Sith out, and now they have come to us.
As you would pass judgment on him, I have come to pass judgment on you all. Do you wish to hear the teachings
Granny,
born of the Mandalorian Wars? Of all tragedies that scream across the galaxy? Let me show you. You, who have forever seen the galaxy through the Force. See it through the eyes of the exile.
Or you
How
could
could
just
you
use
ever
virtual
hope
reality.
to know the threat you face when you have never walked in the dark places of the galaxy, faced war and death on such a scale?
Again,
if you
VR
had
to the
traveled
rescue.
far enough, rather than waiting for the echo to reach you, perhaps you would have seen it for what it was. There is a place in the galaxy where the dark side of the Force runs strong. It is something of the Sith, but it was fueled by war. It corrupts all that walks on its surface, drowns them in the power of the dark side. It corrupts all life, and it feeds on death. Revan knew the power of such places, and the power in making them. They can be used to break the will of others, of Jedi, promising them power and turning them to the dark side. Did you never wonder how Revan corrupted so many of the Jedi, so much of the Republic, so quickly? The Mandalorian Wars were a series of massacres that masked another war, a war of conversion, culminating in a final atrocity that no Jedi could walk away from, save one.
And that is what I sought to understand. How one could turn away from such power, give up the Force, and still live.
But I see what happened now.
It is because you had no choice.
Yep.
It is done. He is no more. Take me to Atris. She will have the strength to do what the Council cannot.
So you hope. Anyway, that is basically how it goes. Pretty much the same way as if you were light side, but you have slightly different options in the conversation and a bit of more choice, shall I say. And obviously you have gained new Dark Side Force Power, Force Crush, and now we are on the same journey. You probably know how it ends, and we are, spoiler alert, gonna face Kreia and everything else, and that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. That was Victor's Van 360 or Weekly's Emails. I'll see you next time.